For quite a while, there have been a number of engagements. You fall from the time the property owners had issues with the council in terms of how much to pay in terms of percentage for property rates and others. That was the basis of coming together, and from that kind of disagreement, they engaged the council, and as we speak, I am glad to inform you that the operations of the property owners in the city and the city authorities are moving together as one to achieve the overall objective of the development of Mbale city. And beginning with the loose arrangement of property owners coming together, they have now formed up an association with whom we are now having an interim executive. As you may know, this is an office that has been put in place by property owners to coordinate. They have even employed staff in the office to coordinate issues of property owners in the town to avoid a number of shortcomings that people have been getting through. So on behalf of council, we want to appreciate the property owners for taking an initiative of seeing that they come together, because you notice that as a council we are only an authority to guide the development of this town, but the real owners of the town are people who have property there and have a lot of concerns in town. We are hopeful that from this arrangement we are going to reduce on the costs of tax administration in terms of collecting property tax and whatever, because the association, when they come together, they understand, and right now they are setting the Property Act. The Property Act talks of about 75% of collections. How to use it depends on the people who have contributed the money.
Intention of Mbale City Property Owner Association. Briefly, ever since the concept of decentralization was perceived by government and it was taken up as a policy, we have been seeing authorities being divested from central government to district offices. And the idea was to bring services nearer to the people. But over time, the link between the district offices and the common person has always been lacking. And always we have been complaining of deteriorating services, even town service, whatever you do. We have been seeing a deteriorating gap between the authorities at various centers of administration with the public, to the effect that almost everybody is not satisfied with what the districts have been, district leadership is doing. But we did not know that the decentralization services also give people independent authority to be demanding the officers to do what is supposed to be done in their interests. We have agreed that the council collects tax at 4% of the value which has been assessed in the valuation book. Because there's a big valuation roll where all the property owners have been captured with the values attached, and that document is the public document. So members, for the tax owners can be checking themselves. It will be charged at 4% of that taxable value. Secondly, there is no more harassment of taxpayer or of property owners. We are encouraging property owners to pay tax voluntarily, and soon council is rolling out a team to come down to the property owner with the assessment and let property owners pay, so that the council is now able to do the services we demand from them because we have paid the money. And we also encourage other income generating organisms of council where they pay tax. Let them form association so that they help council to collect money instead of using these tenderers. Because these tenderers are middle people and sometimes they are linked with the interested people, especially politicians. They are handpicked and they end up that money not going. I also want to encourage all property owners, whether you have paid membership or not, you come to the meeting. That meeting is open for all property owners of Mbale City. Because we know that you are not a member today, but you are free to join the membership the following day. Thank you. The meeting will be at the Mbale Resort. We are starting exactly at 8:30 with the registration. Then from 9 we shall proceed with the meeting as per agenda. It's well arranged to suit everybody's participation and give you information about what you want to do as an association and what you want to plan to do for the good of Mbale.
Initially, before formation of this association, we were operating in a situation where there was a lot of misunderstanding between the taxpayers and the tax collectors. However, there were also other issues like taxpayers were ignorant about their rights and obligations. There has been also the issue of lack of value for money. For example, the money collected from taxes, particularly property tax, has not been spent on expenditures that really benefit the taxpayer. Also, there has been a lot of what we call in accounts pilferages. In other words, money not reaching council coffers through corrupt individuals and connivance with taxpayers. However, we are now happy that the government has come up with a transparent system where tax is collected through electronic system, which tries to minimize losses. We also realize that council is now ready to network with us taxpayers to ensure that money is collected and actually spent on right items, for example, related to development of the city.
Ye town clerk of Mbale, the executive Mbale, Mbale City Traders Association, Mbale Roadland, tulina wamu nabo. Kati tebajja kubaako na kintu kyebanaakola yatuli wamu nabo. Kubanga waliwo ensobi ezibadde mu kanso egamba nga zikolebwa muntu nga bw'ayagala. Tosobola kutola ennyumba eyaggwako edda alina ogiwa liizi ya myaka 27. Naye kati tujja kuba nga tubanoonya tulabe nti kino kikolebwa kitya, kino kikolebwa twagala Mbale ekyuke. Mbale nkoko njeru yonna yali bagenda kukolayo ku Mbale empya nga tejja kubaayo obuyumbayumba obuliyo n'olwokuba nti tewaliwo kibiina kiwaba mu magezi bateekayo obuyumba obutalina pulaani, bateekawo obuntu bufu, naye ngeri yali Mbale empya nkoko njeru. Ennyumba ezazisembayo zaali za BCU eza gurupu eziriyo zaali kimu ku bintu ebigenda okukolebwa emmanga eyo nga bigenda kubeerawo gurofa zokka, n'enguudo ezaaliyo zaali za njawulo ezazigenda okukolebwayo. N'okuba nti bajja ne bateekawo omuntu n'afuluma eri nga nebyonooneka. Kati akabiina muno ebibiina bwe bibiri, Mbale Business Community ne landlord kasatu nabeera awamu, tujja kugamba council temukola nsobi kuda mu bikadde, tutambulire awamu tutandika okufulumya Mbale ng'efulumya ennyumba ez'omulembe, kubanga Republic Street ennyumba ezifo zaggwako dda.
I'm really very grateful for Mbale Property Owners Association for coming up with such an initiative which will reduce the gap between the taxpayers and Mbale City, which has not been there before. We have been having a lot of challenges in collecting these revenues, that we had a lot of people who were not even known to council contacting property owners, give me the money, I take to council. Give me the money, I take to council. And yet, that money doesn't reach council coffers. But with the formation of this association and the digitalization of the system, we shall reduce the interface between the brokers, the property owners, and the Mbale City. And me as the head of revenue, forming such associations reduces my work, because a legally formed association like now, Masita and the Mbale Property Owners Association, we shall have a direct link in revenue collection, whereby we shall task them to assist us in collecting this revenue, such that it will not have so many middlemen. Mbale Traders Association, I also encourage you to come up with such an association, such that we also break that long channel of tax collection. You know, when you have a long chain of tax administrators, the cost of tax administration becomes so high than what you would have got. So by forming so many associations, we shall be able to collect these revenues. We are now going to tell the borders also to form one, such that they can also be organized and have truly a trade order in town. We intend to have established border stages, such that for this, maybe in Koma, Namakwekwe, you have where to stay. Now Bukema, you have where to stay, such that we really have a good town. Last time we engaged in the taxi operators